We are live.
We are, and I'm not there.
You're not there, but you have a nice train set. So there you go.
Yeah, that is the. So real quick, somebody in the comments, we'll give them time to get on. We're gonna have them identify that. Well, good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. It's it's the most wonderful time of the year, right? We got the decorations up here, and it's kind of that time of year. But it's also one of the most chaotic, as anybody who's been anywhere near a mall in the past few weeks can attest to. It's crazy, but it's also crazy for affiliate managers, for business owners, maybe who are running their own affiliate programs. This time of year means having to pick and choose. They have to pick and choose, what to focus on. It's that time of year, from a personal standpoint, there's an endless amount of things that we could be doing. Odds are you're probably invited to more than one holiday party. There's all types of different things. Like, where do we go for Christmas Day? Where do we go for Christmas Eve? All these things. Like, there's just so many options. But from an affiliate manager standpoint, from the standpoint of maybe, like I said, an entrepreneur who's running their own affiliate program, there's an endless list of things you could be doing this time of year. But what are the musts? Like, what are the things that you have to be doing to succeed? Well, today I'm going to share the 7 things that every affiliate manager must do this holiday season. Before we dive in, though, first of all, I want to welcome you. And for those of you on, if you can name what this is, you will have the honor of being the one who named what this is. I should have probably planned. I didn't think about that until you said that, Alan. I probably should have planned a giveaway, but we weren't planning on that. So I don't have that planned. But I do want to welcome you and welcome Alan. Good to see you, bud.
It's good to be seen. Good to be back after Thanksgiving. A little break.
Yeah. Did we not do one last week?
We didn't do one last week. We didn't do one. And you were on. You had
was last week Thanksgiving? Yeah, it was.
Last week was Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh wow, I forgot about that. Yeah, I've been off for. It has been a while. Oh yeah.
You did anniversary. I think you did anniversary, didn't you?
We did. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Sorry, I wasn't looking at my note. I actually have a note here. It says, welcome back. Talk about being gone for 2 weeks for anniversary and Thanksgiving. I'm like, no, I felt like we did one last week. But yeah, last week, it's been it just feels like Thanksgiving kind of flew by.
It did. It did go by. People had their Christmas ornaments up on day after Halloween around here.
Oh, wow. Well, to me, the acceptable time is the day after Thanksgiving or that weekend. We did it that weekend. So yeah, well, we were out for 2 weeks, which was, I missed you guys, but also, I had a lot of fun. So my wife and I went away on our anniversary. So our anniversary is November 22nd. We went away before that. We were actually back in town on our anniversary, but we were out of town for about a week, went, to the mountains in East Tennessee. Got a house up on top of a mountain. Absolutely. Did I send you the pictures, Alan? Unbelievable. Like, this place, it's one of those places that when you leave it to go, it's only a mile. It's literally a mile, down the mountain, right? It's only a mile, but it takes like 20 minutes because, and your brakes are shot.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, we need new brakes. Our car's pretty new and I think we need new brakes already. Just driving around East Tennessee. I had forgotten, what it was like, but we went out one night. Something was like our second or third night there. We drove back. It was scary as could be. I don't think I topped 20 miles per hour for almost 30 minutes because, it's this number like that and like up and down and all this stuff. And it was dense fog. Like, you can't see 40 feet in front of you.
We rented a house
so
a couple of years ago. Yeah, we did the same thing a couple of years ago.
10 o'clock at night. I don't know the roads, dense fog. But I went out on the back porch from this mountain, and it's one of those places. Like, we got there the first night, and we got out of the car, and I was like, "Sweetheart, listen." She's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Exactly." There wasn't a sound. The only sounds we heard the entire time were in the morning. The rooster crowed in the valley. We could hear the rooster in the valley, very faintly, and there was a donkey a single donkey, we believe, down in the valley that we, ee-honk, we just hear him randomly just making noise. Otherwise, not a peep, not a sound, like maybe a squirrel, stepping on a branch. Well, anyway, we went on the porch at 10:30 at night, and I took this picture of the fog, which only went up to like, I don't know, maybe went up to like 1,000, 1,500 feet, and we were up, over 2,000 feet, and it looked like a lake with little hills coming up out of it. It was the coolest thing. It was absolutely beautiful. And then we went out that night. Tara woke me up in the middle of the night to go look at the lunar eclipse, which was kind of cool because there's no ambient light whatsoever on top of this mountain. So it was fun. We had a great time, did some touristy stuff, but also had some nice time just to enjoy nature. So that was fun. And then last week we had Thanksgiving. So, guys, if you know somebody who'd benefit from hearing this today, hit that share button, send a text, share it with them individually, share it with your friends, share it wherever. Let them know about this, because this is good stuff today. So what are those 7 musts? These are the 7 musts for affiliate managers this holiday season. Before we jump in, say hey in the chat. Let me know you're here. Tell me where you're joining from. Always love that. And also, I would love to know what you're hoping to get out of today. I sent a text to everyone that's on our text list, which, by the way, if you want to get text updates and you want to interact with me, because this is actually me responding. In fact, if you text me right now, 260-217-4619, I will I'll personally respond to your message. Chad Condon responded and said he's sorry, he's double booked. He will catch the replay. But yeah, text me. But I sent out a text and I apologize because I have a cold or a sinus infection. I'm on the very tail end of it. And it seems like I've been saying that for like 6 weeks. But yeah, I'm kind of struggling today. So it's one of those things I may or may not have a coughing fit. Hey, Sharon from Connecticut. Good to see you. All right. So again, text me anytime. You see the number there in the chat. Text me anytime. If you have a question, thought, comment, want me to produce some content, whatever, just want to say hi. And like I said, if you text me your question, I'll answer it. I'll answer it live here. So text me anytime. All right. Don't let me forget that I said that, by the way, Alan.
Ask you anything is what I heard you say.
Well, what I mean is I need to make sure to check my texts. I usually don't. I usually put my phone on silence, but I'm gonna keep that open so I don't forget. All right. Number one thing that affiliate managers must do this holiday season. This is any holiday season, really is. Number one thing. So what we're doing today is we're talking about the 7 things that you got to do. Like these are the 80-20, right? These are the things you focus on. All right. This is not about all the things you could do. All right. There's a million things you could do. What are the 7 things that are going to move the needle? Like these apply if you're a full-time affiliate manager. Maybe you're running an affiliate program as a part of your job responsibilities. Maybe you run the social media and the affiliate program. Maybe you're a business owner. You're running your own affiliate program. These apply for all of you. So number one, you need to give affiliates what they need. You've got to give affiliates what they need. You need to give them what they need early. You need to give them what they need often. That means repeatedly. Repetition is key. There's a reason why Nickelback is such a popular band. I wrote about this in my book. Like they're a popular band because every one of their songs is exactly the same. Repetition is key. So give it to them early, give it to them often, give it to them clearly. All right. Don't make them guess. Don't make them hunt. Oh, how do I find the new holiday graphics? How do I find the graphics for free shipping day? How do I find the graphics for, what's another reason? The last day of Hanukkah is coming up, I believe. How do I find that? How do I find the graphics for, this? How do I find the email copy for this? How do I find my link for this product? Don't make them guess. Make it brutally clear to them. Make it easy for them to find everything. So what do they need? Like, what are the things they actually need? Well, I covered this. I actually did a podcast episode called The 7 Things Your Affiliates Need During Holiday Promotions. Alan's going to put that. There's something on my glasses that's driving me nuts. It's for my dog. My dog. I had my dog right before we went on. I had my dog, took him outside, and he licked my face like, stereotypical dog, right? And and he like got it all over my glasses, and I still have got some of his like residue on there. It's like nasty. Anyway, so I recorded this episode. He'll put the link in there. You can go listen to that. That actually covers what you need. Some of those things they need the important dates, right? They need to know. I just mentioned things like free shipping day and what's the last shipping day, for guaranteed delivery in the lower 48 states. They need to know those dates. They need to know what's hot. They need to know what they should be promoting. What are the hot items? If you've got a product suite, what do they need to be promoting? They need a winning plan. They need to know, like, when should I be emailing? When should I be promoting? What should I be promoting? They need great creatives. We talked about that, right? And they need to know where the heck to find them. They need, incentives. They need contests. They need to be pushed a little bit. And they need you to give them individual goals. So I talk about this in the podcast. I'm not going to go into that there, but they, they need individual goals, right? They also need you to stick to the plan. If you created a plan for the holidays, stick to it as much as possible. No surprises. No, test things in advance. That's the big thing. Don't, oh no, the link doesn't work. Although I said it does because I didn't test stuff, right? Put a moratorium on tech updates. I talk about this in the episode, but one of the things you should have done, if you haven't already, put a moratorium on tech updates. Okay. Do not make updates to your website right now, because the penalty, if your holidays are a big thing for you, the penalty is higher right now. Oh, your sales page doesn't work in the middle of March. It sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Your sales page doesn't work on free shipping day. That could be 2% of your annual sales right down the pooper, and your affiliates are going to be really upset. So just do as much in advance and stick to the plan as much as possible. The second thing your affiliates need, and you need to be doing as an affiliate manager right now, is you need to be acting fast. Okay? You need to be acting fast. One of the things that you've got to do is be available. Hey, David, you've got to be available. Now, I'm going to share in a moment how to balance this with, so we're going to talk about something different on number 3. And I'll just tell you what number 3 is, and then we'll come back to it. It's manage your energy. Okay? How do you manage your energy and act fast? How do you be available and act fast? I'll talk about that in a moment. But things move fast this time of year. So we need to be more responsive. In the middle of March, when we don't have anything big going on, I check my email 3 times a week. This time of year, with some of our affiliates and some of I'm checking email 3 times a day. It's pretty accurate right now. When I worked in retail world, when I worked with Shutterfly, when I ran Adidas's program, when I worked with, Learn and Master Guitar, and, we did $4.5 million in sales from Thanksgiving through the middle of January. We only did $6 million in sales the whole year. We did about 4.5 to 5 of that in a 7-8 week span. That time of year, I was checking email every couple of hours. I was on top of things. I was responding to text, and I had like, for me, I don't have Skype open right now. I open it once a week, maybe twice a week. And I'll check in real quick if anybody message me, and I'll respond. During the holidays, I kept it open. And the thing is, what I'm sharing today applies no matter what industry you're in, because maybe for you, your busy time is back to school. Maybe your busy time is Mother's Day and Father's Day. Maybe your busy time is, leading up to, summer vacation. Maybe your busy time is, January, Alan.
Hello.
In the weight loss industry. It's all, we have clients in the fitness industry. It's all about January. So in January, what you do is you respond fast. You need to approve affiliates fast. If an affiliate signs up right now to promote your holiday stuff, if they sign up on January 3rd to promote your weight loss stuff, if they sign up on May 3rd for the, summer vacation stuff, if they sign up now it's like late July, just say August, but kids are going back to school like in freaking June now. They sign up a week before the back to school time, approve them fast. So you need to spend more time approving affiliates. Like outside of the season, I might have spent 10 minutes a day approving affiliates. And I might even only do it I might even do it more like 15 minutes, 3 days a week. In the middle of February, well, that was a busy time actually for Valentine's Day. In the middle of March for Shutterfly, truth be told, if you signed up on a Tuesday, I might not approve you till Wednesday afternoon. Whatever. But this time of year, I was approving affiliates 2-3 times a day because I didn't want you to have to wait. You need to onboard them fast. So I was doing calls every single day. I had office hours, so to speak. I would do a 30-minute Zoom call in the morning, and then a 30-minute Zoom call like mid to late morning, and I would do another one in the late afternoon. I was available. So you're a new affiliate, like, hey, today at 4, I'm going to be available. You can come talk to me, So onboard them quickly. This time of year, your busy times. Really, this is not just about the holidays. It's about any time that's busy for your business. You might have early and late hours. You might have, weekends. You need to be on all channels. You need to communicate how they want you to. Those are the important things. You got to be available and you got to act fast. So how do we balance that with number 3? Number 3 is, another thing you got to do is you got to manage your energy. Got to manage your energy. So what does this mean? It means you need to prioritize sleep. You might sleep a little bit less. I'm not saying, if you normally get 8 hours, you might need to drop that to 7.5. For me, 7.5 has always been ideal. I sleep in, one of the things I learned is I sleep in 88-minute sleep cycles. So I sleep in 88-minute sleep cycles. I go through 5 of those. So it's actually 7 hours and 20 minutes. When I set my alarm, I use the, I don't even know what the app's called. It just says sleep. Anyway, I use an app that basically says, here's the latest I can wake up. And it'll wake me up based on if I'm moving. And so I'll wake up typically anywhere between 6 hours and 50 minutes and 7 hours and 45 minutes after I get in bed. So if I fall asleep really fast and I go through, 86-minute sleep cycles, 2 minutes faster, I don't know, I might be waking up right at 7 hours before or 7 hours after I go to bed. If I go through some longer sleep cycles and maybe I don't fall asleep for a little bit, I might actually sleep for 8 hours. But generally speaking, it's around 7.5 hours. When we get to, this time of year, by the way, the reason for that is I want to wake up when I'm in between sleep cycles because I wake up fresher. I mean, I've probably only woken up groggy. I've woken up groggy twice this week because I haven't been sleeping very good because of the stupid cough. But anyway, where I was going with that. Oh yeah, sleep. Whatever it is for you, prioritize sleep. Make sure that you're, give up a little bit of social time if you need to before you give up sleep. You've got to manage your energy. The first year that I worked with Shutterfly, keep in mind when we started working with Shutterfly, we took it from about a $15 million a year program to, I don't know, $250,000 or so. I don't remember the numbers. It was pretty impressive growth. And the first year was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. It was so busy, but I still was doing all the other stuff. Like I was still doing, the social stuff, and I was still watching a little bit of TV, and I didn't know to have a conversation with my wife in advance to say, hey, this is going to be a busy 4 weeks. We're going to spend a half hour less together every day for 4 weeks. We're not going to spend no time together. We just need to cut in a little bit, and we need to go to bed just a little bit earlier because I need to wake up a little bit earlier. Now we have those conversations when I enter busy times, and she knows we're business partners, so we know each other's rhythms. We don't even really have the conversation. It's more like launch coming up in 3 weeks. She's like, got it. But manage your sleep, prioritize exercise. If you do an hour and a half workout every day, maybe you do cut it to an hour and 15 minutes. Hour and 10 minutes, but don't cut it down to 30 minutes and don't skip
or not at all. Right. Yeah.
Prioritize exercise. I know for me, when I get into a busy season as I am right now with finishing my book with the edits and all that, because the manuscript's due in 13 days and we're on those last legs. I typically will do an hour workout and a 30 to 45 minute walk outside. That's an hour and 45 minutes of movement, that I'm trying to get in a day of intentional movement, not just, other things. And I do a half hour of stretching. So it's actually now it's about 2 hours and 15 minutes a day of intentional movement. What I've done like today, I had to cut that. And so what I did was I actually just did some more aggressive yoga for an hour and then went outside for 20 minutes and walked. That's still an hour and 20 minutes. I didn't like cut it out completely, but you got to prioritize exercise. You got to prioritize movement. You got to prioritize getting outside. If I literally, for some reason, only had 45 minutes and my choices were, like I would not do like a 30-minute workout and 15 minutes outside. I would just go for a 45-minute, run. That way, at least I'm outside. That would be my whole workout. I'm going to go for a 45-minute run. And actually, it wouldn't even be a 45-minute run. It'd be like 10 minutes of walking, warm up, a 5-minute. It'd be a 30-minute run. I'd run 3 miles, Basically, I'd run a 5K. That would be my entire workout for the whole day. That'd be all I do. Why? Because I want to prioritize getting outside. I still want to prioritize my meditation. I have a 5-minute, a 10-minute, and a 20-minute meditation routine. In most of March, April, June, I'm doing the 20-minute one. Today, I'm doing the 10-minute one. I'm doing the 10-minute one, but I'm not going to not do it. So I don't know what your things are. It could, whatever they are, you want to prioritize those things. And that might mean, that you sleep a little bit less. You exercise a little bit less. That you get outside a little bit less. Don't just, and you meditate a little bit less, or you do whatever a little bit less. Don't sacrifice any one of those things, though. Whatever those important things are, don't sacrifice one. That's the important thing. So how do you balance this with being available? For me, the key is working in blocks. Now, this again applies for any time you're busy. When you're busy and need to be available, okay? When you're just busy, it doesn't matter. If it's like, if all I had going on was book edits, I can do book edits anytime. I can do those as part of my regular work schedule, But when you need to be available, and I feel like I need to be available like 14 hours a day in the busy season, I work in blocks. So for me, when I was running Shutterfly's program or Legacy Learning, and that was a busy time of year, what I would do is work from roughly like 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. or 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sorry, that's 14 hours. I actually never really worked more than maybe 8.5 hours in a day. So most weekdays, I would go from I'd wake up, 6:30. From like 7 to 9, I would check in over what came in overnight. I would react. I'd spend about an hour answering emails, and I'd schedule anything for the day like emails. Then I'd take like an hour to work out. So it'd be about 10:15. I'd check in real quick on messages, anything come in, or, while I was working out. I'd go eat breakfast. I'd hang out with the family, go for a quick walk, take the dog out, do whatever, get ready. Now it's 12:15. It's only been 2 hours since I checked in, since I checked messages. So no point during the day is anybody going more than about 2 hours, 2.5 hours without a response. It's not that long. So I go, then I'd be like, I'd check email, I'd post any updates. I'd take another break, usually about 2:15. I'd take about an hour-long break. I'd go up, I would meditate and take a nap. 27 minutes. It was always 20. I would literally, I had it down,
Could you get more exact? Just a little more.
No. Very reason for this is here. I wanted 30 minutes with the family. 27 minutes was long enough. I learned this from Michael Hyatt that, by the time I got settled to do my meditation, and I do about a 10-minute meditation, then a 17-minute nap. It takes about 20 minutes to get into deep sleep. And I studied this with my own, like it would, if I stopped at about 17 minutes, I would usually get right before I'd get into deep sleep. And so I'd wake up, and for about 2 seconds, I'd be a little bit startled. And then I'd be like, okay, cool, let's do this. I would drink some coffee before I would go up. So I had the meditation time, and then that caffeine started kicking in right as I was waking up from my nap. Just a little tip there. Have a snack. I'd spend some time with family. Then I work for about another 2.5 hours. Check messages, take calls. return calls, schedule stuff for tomorrow. Then I would take about a 2-hour break for dinner, and spend more time with the family. And if you look at this, like I'm spending 3 hours, 4 hours during the day with my family. So they're not just getting my leftovers at the end of a 9-hour workday. The West Coast people are finishing their day about 7:30 Eastern. So now I'm checking in again, and I'd work for about another hour, hour and a half to about 9 o'clock. I only worked about 9 hours, 8-9 hours a day, but no one went more than a couple of hours without a response. And then on weekends, I would just check in like 3 or 4 times, real quick, 10, 15, 20 minutes tops. I was only working like an hour tops, maybe hour and 10 minutes on weekends, but people were still getting responses. I also leveraged my team. So I had VAs, and this is something we've done intentionally. I have VAs that are 12 hours apart from me. I have team members that are 3 hours apart from me. As we start our agency, we're purposely hiring, hopefully hiring at least one person in Europe. So they're like 5 hours ahead of me. I'm here in the Eastern time zone. We've got another one in the Pacific time zone, and then some overseas. We can have all day coverage, during the busiest times. If you send an email at 3 a.m, the response you get might be, I don't know the answer to that. I want Matt to answer. He'll answer you in 4 hours, but at least you're getting a response, All right. So manage your energy there. Number 4, you need to focus on the needle movers. I mean, needle movers in terms of affiliates, needle movers in terms of products, needle movers in terms of promotions. Like, what are the ones that are going to really move the needle? So you've got limited time. As we discussed. So you have to do this, right? In terms of affiliates, if an affiliate accounts for 5% of your sales and you help her grow by 50%, that's a 2.5% lift in sales. That makes sense. The math there. If you help an affiliate, you help 10 affiliates who collectively account for 1% of your sales grow by 50%. That's only a 0.5%. So 5 times difference, you see. I am not saying do this all year long. You guys know I'm an advocate for working with smaller affiliates and for helping them to grow. It's just that you've only got 8 hours, 9 hours in a day. So focus on the needle movers. If you have a product that only accounts for a 0.5% of your sales, and you've got another one that accounts for 10% of your sales, focus on the 10% one, right? If you grow that by, let me do the math here. If you grow that by 20%, that's 2% growth overall. So 10% of sales, you grow that by 20%. If you double the sales of the 0.5% of sales one, that's 0.5%. So you can grow the bigger product by 20%, and that has 4 times the impact of doubling the other product. See, so focus on the needle movers. Focus on the needle movers. That's what's important. You want to identify what are the affiliates that move the needle. Who are those? What are the products? What are the promotions? Like you look at last year, maybe you had an affiliate program last year. And when we ran 25% off site-wide, it lifted sales 17%. When we did $10 off a $25 purchase, which is 40%, but they're probably not going to spend exactly $25. That lifted sales 37%. I'm going to do the second promo. I'm going to really I'm not going to, maybe I'll try another promo, but I'm going to really hone in on the one that I know works. We'll go small scale on the one that we don't know if it works. Maybe we're trying something new, but we're going to go all in on this promo that we know works. And that's just an example, right? So basically stick to what works. Stick to what's going to really move the needle this time of year. All right. The 5th thing that you got to do this time of year, if you're an affiliate manager, you're running an affiliate program, is you got to watch out for fraud. All right. It's that time of year when the affiliate fraudsters, normally not a big problem. People are like, oh, I'm worried about affiliate fraud. We're talking less than 1/100th of 1% of all affiliates are fraudulent in some way. But they come out to play during the holidays. They know because there's a surge in legitimate orders. So legit orders might go up, 10, 50, 300, 500, 1,000% this time of year. Because of that, it's easier for their, I guess we call it illicit orders, their illicit activity. It's easier for that to slip through and kind of be disguised. When you have 100 orders a day and 2 fraudulent ones, after a week or so, you're probably going to catch the fraudulent ones. When you have 1,000 orders a day and 2 fraudulent ones, you might not even notice them.
Yeah.
And I know for me as an affiliate manager, the few times that I've ever dealt with fraud were either in multi-million-dollar product launches or in the holidays. That's it. Those are the 2 times. So you want to look out for things like things that are against your rules. They're not illegal, but they're against your rules, like pay-per-click trademark bidding. If people are doing that and you don't allow that, some people allow that. I'm agnostic about that, by the way. We allow it, but a lot of brands don't. So if you don't allow PPC trademark bidding, be on the lookout for that. Look for things like multiple orders coming from the same IP address. Look for an affiliate who came out of left field and had a huge spike in sales. Look for really high or really low conversion rates. All the things you would normally look for when identifying fraud, you want to look for those things. Use a credit card fraud. A lot of times credit card fraud is not the affiliate's fault. If somebody has 100 legitimate orders,
mm-hmm.
and one of them is fraudulent, what it means is somebody clicked on their link and then used a fraudulent card. But if you have an affiliate who's never promoted before and they come out of nowhere and they send 50 sales in a day and you've already caught 2 of them as credit card fraud, I'd be really, really watching their sales. Like I would audit every single one of their sales. Like we've done it. Like we've picked up the phone and been like, "Hey, Joe, did you buy this?" No. All right. We first 4 in a row, all fraud. That affiliate's done. They're cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Other times we've had it where we've called and we've done spot checks, and it was just kind of a weird thing. They got like, for some reason in the affiliate's first, 200 sales, there were 2 actual fraudulent orders, and then they went 5,000 with none. It happens. But things like looking for an affiliate who poses as you. Your ad team, if you have an ad team, they're probably ramping up their budget, so your ads are all over the place. So it's easier for an affiliate to kind of sneak in and pretend they're you in their ads. That's something to look out for as well. So just be on the lookout for fraud this time of year because it does kind of ramp up. All right, the 6th thing you got to do, you got to think outside the box. What are some ways you could think outside the box to get creative, right? To stand out. So things like offering a vanity code for affiliates, like actually reaching out to affiliates and giving them vanity codes, doing specific promos for individual affiliates that might fit their audience, getting creative with your contests and your promotions, physical mail. Like I talked about this in a recent podcast episode. We did a podcast episode about how your affiliate program can stand out. Like it's a busy time of year. So how can your affiliate program actually stand out? And one of the things that I shared in there was just physical mail. That's a way you can stand out. That's thinking outside the box. Like I don't know how many affiliate programs you guys are in. I'm in 30, and that's higher than most, but not out of the realm of most companies. I'd say probably the average blogger, podcaster, platform builder is probably in 15 affiliate programs. I'm only in double that. It's not like I'm in 150. For Black Friday, I got 500 emails about affiliate stuff related to Black Friday. How am I supposed to look through all that?
Mm-hmm.
So what if just one of those programs, it doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to go get it printed at Kinko's even. But what if you had created a holiday guide? 5 pages. Go to Office Depot. 5 pages. You could even bind it and put a cover on it. Kind of like the ultimate affiliate swipe file here, right? These are, I don't have the cover on it because it's a glossy cover and the light would reflect off of it. So I took it off the display here, You could put something like that, but it doesn't have to be that because that's overkill for 5 pages. But a 5 or 6 or 7 page, you're going to spend $2. But you could even print them at home. I don't care. It doesn't need to be super fancy. It could be one of those the ones that fold over. So the backside is the shipping, and then you have 3 pages in it. This costs like 50 cents to print. All right, something cheap. It'll cost you $1 to mail them. If you really get fancy, $1.50. So let's say you really go all out. $4 an affiliate. Don't send them to all of your affiliates. Send them to your top 500. Or, okay, we only have 150 affiliates. Send them to the affiliates who made a sale last holiday season. You spend $3 a person. You had 100 of them. You're going to spend $300 versus email where you're one of, what did I say? 500 probably. On the low end, you're one of 150 emails that they're getting about Black Friday. How many of them are sending a physical piece of mail?
Yep.
1. Maybe 0. Save the date cards. All it does is list the dates, the important dates. And it has a thing on there that talks about maybe how you're doing daily meetings on Zoom. I don't know, something like that stands out. They can put it on their refrigerator. You send me a 4-page, I'm going to read it. Like you send me an email. I read less than 1% of the emails I get. And that sounds like what I'm saying is, hey, I'm going to ignore your email. No, we read our customers' emails. I read those. I read the emails that you send me. All right. Just to be clear, but I get 200 for every one of yours, I get 200 other emails and I only read 1 or 2 of those. 1%, maybe even the high end 2 that I actually ever even see. But I see all of my physical mail. All of my physical mail. You know why? Because I only get like 1 thing a day, maybe 5 things a week. I get less than 1 a day. I mean, that's it. I get an Inc. magazine. I get a Fast Company, Fortune. I get like 1 or 2 letters. I get a couple of printed newsletters, some other random stuff, affiliate gifts. I get 10 things a month, and then bills. I don't even see the bills. My wife handles those. So I'm going to see your thing. Mail me something, right? Stand out. Think outside the box. What can you mail? Okay. Oh, man, it's December 2nd, and I don't really have time. Yeah. Okay, like I said, go print a save the date thing. Or not even a save the date thing. Just go print a postcard.
Yeah.
Just print.
Put some in handwriting.
Yeah.
And Matt too. I mean, one thing popped in mind. Send a postcard that has a link that they can go download whatever you really want to send them to.
Yeah.
Just you take the time to mail it and write it out. Handwritten. I used to do a ton of direct mail in my retail brick and mortar, and it still works. It still works. Direct response.
Yeah. I mean, like just. You could send it out. It'll get there within 4 days. Okay, so I can't do that. Go spend $1. Just send it to your top 50, your top 20, and just do something that's like that just says, "Hey, here are the important dates left. You can grab your links at link. If you need anything, here's my cell phone number. Text me anytime." That's all it's got to say. That's all. I mean, it's so simple. It doesn't need to be an elaborate package. Yeah, if you have time to plan next year, send them a care package in early November. We do this in advance of big launches. We'll send our affiliates like a little care package. So we have we have a couple of logo things. So they have some logoed stuff from us, for it's always fun when, we have an affiliate they're live doing their Facebook Live and they're going, I would never put my lips on this. It's a prop now. It's kind of dusty. Sorry.
It's come down a dreaded disease from that. Be careful. As you cough and sneeze. There you go.
But I love it. Or like our no product, no problem sunglasses, where they're using an MPNP pin. So we'll do stuff, but then we put some snacks in there. We put some caffeine in there. For energy, we give them some healthy snacks, like some other fun stuff, just some all kinds of things in there. And there's usually a letter and, just some stuff like that. Right. We do those things when we have time, but you could get a postcard out tomorrow You
Yeah.
literally, you can just go to Office Depot. Oh, we don't have a postage meter. Then put stamps on them. How long does it
Stamps are
take to
going to get
stamp
better
50
results.
postcards? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you could do,
Matt,
yeah,
throw one
don't
out
make
there.
excuses.
Your friend, our friend Brian Dixon, he mailed something hardcover. It
Yeah.
was just a card. I saved that thing for like 6 months because it was so unique.
Yep.
I mean, it's attention getting. So it really is.
Yeah. Love it, love it, love it. Drawings, get creative with drawings, daily drawings. Everyone who has a sales entered. The more sales you make, the better chance you have. Things like that. Everyone with 5 sales is entered. I mean, like everyone who sells this product is entered. Do weekly training sessions, do weekly strategy sessions, daily strategy sessions. Like, what are some of the things that you could do to stand out? What are some of the things that you can't, or maybe you wouldn't do all year, but that you can and you would do during the holidays? That's important. So I shared 6 ways or 6 things that you need to do as an affiliate manager to really rock this holiday season. But there's one more thing you got to do during the holidays, and that's plan for Q1. Just because 30, 40, 50% of your sales are going to come over the next few weeks doesn't mean we forget about Q1. So you still need to keep an eye on the future. You still got to make time. If you haven't yet, again, oh, well, if I had a magic wand, I could send you back a month. I would say, hey, why don't you plan Q1 in October so that you don't have to in December? But if you didn't, then you do it now. So what I would do is I would set aside just a work block or a couple of work blocks. Remember, I said you got to act fast. You got to be responsive. So maybe you do this on a Saturday. Well, I don't like working Saturdays. Well, otherwise you're going to not have Q1 planned at all. I'm not saying you have to block off an entire Saturday. I'm not saying you have to, this takes 4 hours. It takes an hour and a half, 2 hours. And you sit down and you plan Q1. What promos are you going to run for your affiliates in Q1? What are things you're going to do to activate affiliates in Q1? Like, just go ahead and create a plan for the first quarter of next year. If that's truly too much, then get January and maybe the first half of November plan. And you can worry about the rest, when you hit January 1st, when you get past the busy time. But at a bare minimum, plan a few weeks there of a month or so of Q1. Don't forget about that, is what I'm saying. Don't get to December 30th going, oh, so glad we're past it. Oh, crap. Don't let that happen. We don't want to ruin the future. So we don't want to focus so much on the short term that we forget about the future. So I want to leave you with some action items, some clear next steps to take from what you've learned today. These 7 musts for any affiliate manager. Number 1, check out my holiday podcast series. I think tomorrow is the last episode. I dive a lot more into what affiliate managers, what affiliates need to be doing this time of year. You just go to mattmcwilliams.com/podcast. That'll take you to all the podcast episodes. Or if you just go to mattmcwilliams.com, you'll see, you can just click on podcasts from there and go there. But check out that holiday series. We did an 8-part series this year. You can also, from there, you can link to past episodes I've done on holiday stuff. I think we have, so the last 2 years we did 12 episodes, 24. So we have 32 episodes of the podcast. It's about 7% of the entire podcast episode I've ever done are dedicated to holiday promotions. Second thing is make a plan for how you're going to manage your time and your energy, right? Use time blocking like we talked about. Make sure that you have time on there for getting outside, getting exercise, meditation, sleep, eating healthy food, spending time with family, getting, like there's sleep and there's rest, both are important, but, still having some time for some sociability, still having time. Like, I don't watch a lot of TV, but you know what? Sometimes sitting down and watching a good movie that makes you laugh, like about once a year, I need Tommy Boy. I just need Tommy Boy, man. I need it. And we watched it recently. And oh my gosh, I will say, the scene, and I know it's coming. I've watched the movie 25 to 30 times probably by now. I know it's coming, but the scene where they get out of the car, Richard is drinking beer in the passenger seat, and they get, I don't know whatever, they're swerving because, so I don't remember, I forget how it goes.
Mhm.
And he's like, bees, they're everywhere. And he like goes over the car, and Richard's like, I laughed so hard that I literally, when I woke up the next day, I hurt in my ribs from laughing. Sometimes we need that. So make sure that you get those in. Can you spend 2 hours a day watching TV this time of year and run an effective affiliate program? Probably not.
Yeah.
If you're single, you can, but not if you have kids, and a family. Can you get 30 minutes in a day? Can you do it 4 days a week? Can you get out, go spend time with people? Can you go for a 2-hour Sunday walk and get some vitamin D? I don't know what it is, but make sure you make time for that. And then third, make a list of those needle movers. What are the affiliates? What are the promotions? What are the products that are going to make the most impact this season? And then lastly, the action item is, like I said at the very end, make sure you plan Q1. Set aside a couple of hours, plan your Q1 stuff so that you don't miss out on a good start to next year. Hey, we hit all of our goals for next year, and then you're behind the 8 ball 90 days into next year. That's not how we want to do this. So if you have any questions about this or anything else, you can text me 260-217-4619. I'm going to make sure, see if we have anybody. No, just a couple of texts. Thank you, Ben. Love it. That's not working. There you go. Yeah. No questions, just saying hi. Thank you. Let's see. Okay. Gotta leave. Okay. Awesome. Well, but yeah, if you have any questions, have anything else, 260-217-4619. You can text me anytime. If you know someone who would benefit from this, like I said earlier, make sure you share this with them. Hit that share button. Share it individually with your timeline, wherever. And then next week, guys, that's December 9th, Thursday, December 9th, same bat time, same bat channel, 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be discussing how to get accepted into any affiliate program. So if you're like so many people, maybe you've been declined by an affiliate program. Maybe you got one of those corporate emails where it's like, dear sir or madam, thank you for your affiliate application, but we regretfully inform you we've had to decline it. If you ever got one of those, I'm going to show you how to avoid that in the future. So can't guarantee it works every time, but it works virtually in any program. So we'll show you how to do that next week. If you're watching the replay, make sure you go ahead and mark your calendar. Thursday, December 9th, you'll be on live, and you get to ask questions and join me then. So, Alan, thank you so much today, buddy.
Cool deal. Good stuff. I made a lot of notes.
Love it, man.
It is good stuff. All right.
All right, everyone.
See you next week.
See you next week.